Okay, so this is basically part 3. Now, I should have mentioned this, but when you are doing this, if you decide, hey, I want to have this as my little side project, I'm watching a ball game or something and I feel like I could do this on my computer while I'm just doing nothing else. What you need to do is open up a song, name it your auto sampler drum maker. That's what I call it. Because when you create these instruments in auto sampler, it saves them, but it saves them in that user file sampler instrument sampler samples, and everything's kind of all over the place, and you may not be able to back it up if you're not really sure where it is. When you create a Logic song and you do it in the Logic song, you have the option of saving the song and you click sampler instruments or sampler audio. And then in your folder for this, it will have all the sample instruments and the audio. And you can just save it that way, back it up, give it to someone, do whatever you want. This, by the way, what we're doing is technically not, I don't know if I think it's a violation of the terms of service. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to call the cops on you, but you're not supposed to resample other companies' stuff. Now let's go to the next part. And this part, I'm almost ashamed to admit how little I knew about this. Now let me show you what I did. I did have my Easy Kicks menu, and I named them what they were so I know. And now I did something that I'll save you what my line of thinking. What I did is I took all of these and I put them in a track stack. The idea is, so now I can just play them all from here and they'll be on different notes. And it's true, I'm playing C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. So that did work. Now I'll show you how I did that. And I'm embarrassed to admit, I'm not very savvy with this sampler at all. And I don't mean because they changed the interface. I mean, for as long as they've had this. And I think I bought this when it was like an add-on to Logic back in the day. But what I did is remember all the samples were on C. So you just select all and you move them. So I move, oops. You know what? I don't even know if you can undo this. I think I already messed this up. So C, C sharp, D, D. These were on D sharp because we always wanted the root key to be C1 because that's, even though we're moving it to different keys, we want it to be playing as if it was being hit on C1. And I guess you do hit pitch. So we want pitch off. So we'll do that to all of them. But so what I ended up with was an instrument for each one on a different key, all being played through this track stack. But what I realized is, because I wanted this in my mix template, this just made it a little extra confusing having another track stack. And so I said, why don't I combine these all into one EXS instrument? And I was like, I just have a feeling I don't know how to do that. And I looked online and I was doing a lot of grabbing all of these and copying them from one instrument to the other, and it was just not working. And then I finally figured it out. So I'm going to open a new track, a brand new sampler instrument, and let me just show you how I do this, okay? This is brand new. There's nothing in it, right? Kick, and here we go. So I go to the first one, and I open it, and then here's the thing. So what I was doing is I was trying to drag these. And be careful what you do here because there's not really an undo the way you would expect. So don't mess around if you don't know what's going on. And by the way, I'll change that there. So don't try to grab these and slide them in here. What you do is just go to this. Easy Kick 1, copy. Now it's going to do something funny. I just go here and I say paste. And look, it changes it to 2. And I think that's because Logic, a lot of times, if there's a number, it puts things consecutively. And I think that the first one is already being, even though there isn't a group here, I think it sort of reserves the first one. So these are all going to be offset, but have no fear, they will all be there. Now, I go over to the second one, and I do the same thing. Click here, copy, come over here, paste it. And now I have this one. So what it's doing is it's creating these groups. And when we're on this menu, if I'm here and I press C, I'm getting this one. And when I press C sharp, I'm getting that one. Although remember, when I have that like that. And then you would just do this with all of them. Let's do one more just to show you I'm not lying. And we'll copy this. Come over here, paste it. Again, that should be off. I wonder if you could do it for all of them at the same time. No. So you would continue in that way. Now, let me show you how this works back in the other session.